All right, guys, we're going to get started. And today's Tuesday evening. Essanté Organics, awesome Zoom. And tonight, oh my goodness, we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. A lot of good things, a lot of announcements. And you know what? We're going to, we're going to, I want to talk to you about the promotion that we had going, or we still have going on here at Essanté Organics. And that is we, we did something that was quite unique. It's never been, when I say it's never really been done before in this industry, I don't mean it's really not, I mean, it's never really been, it really never has been done before in the industry. And that is, and we're seeing a lot of traction. And what it is that in a lot of, business opportunities or businesses, you get to work and you do a few things and you accomplish this and that and everything else. You might win a trip. And, a lot of people don't try to get those trips because, they're just like, they feel that I can't do enough to even get to that point. And usually it's only about 10 or 12 people that win that trip. So we thought, hey, what would be really awesome is if we introduce people to Essanté Organics. And as you introduce people to Essanté Organics, guess what? When they come in with one of the Go Green packages, which are, there's a lot to choose from because they're designed specifically for, certain goals that you want to achieve from a health perspective and maybe from a business perspective as well. And we're going to throw a trip in there for free. So that is your airfare, your hotels, everything is covered. And it's tickets for two, airfare, hotel, and we're seeing a lot of people coming in. And for the people that are already into the business, we said, hey, go get 3 people in the business and show them a Go Green pack. And then you know what? They're going to win a trip as well. And wow. And I'll tell you what, and it's every time you bring 3 people in, accumulates. And we got people winning groups of trips already, and they're good for 2 years. So it's a blast. You get to go and pick and choose from 23 different destinations. And the cool thing about that is take it whenever you want. It isn't like we're going to throw you in there with a whole bunch of people. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh man, I don't want to be around these guys. You get to take a trip and go wherever you want. But that's just an incentive to look at some awesome products. And you know what? I'm going to have somebody talk a little bit about that who's been a medical director for one of the largest companies in our space and came in involved here, our medical director, and work in the business full time. And wow. And her and another gentleman that's in here that we'll hear from at the end, he knows who he is. We always throw him on at the end. That's the explanation point, right? And they took the company from 19 million all the way to, all right, somebody's got to do that one.
Felix, what's going
Okay. From 19 million to $1 billion in revenue. You're going to hear from some leaders tonight, but we're going to hear about why people are getting so attracted to this green movement and Asante Organics. And nothing better than hearing from our unbelievable Dr. Becky, who's not only took a company into the billions, but spoke on stages around the world. And she's one of the leading gastros that have been around this industry from a doctor standpoint. And go ahead, you want to hear about guts and butts? This is the girl right here, I'll tell you that.
Butts and guts. That's what my kids called me because they could not pronounce gastroenterology. So I became the butts and guts doctor, or the ass and gas doctor, as my patients called me for many years. But it's an honor to be here, Michael. And for everyone that's on this call, you have to understand what an honor it is to be affiliated with this company, with Michael, with his knowledge, with his whole executive team, what they've accomplished with organic nutrition, organic products in general. So we have something so special that really no other company in our space has. Nobody even kind of comes close. And I'm not going to talk a long time tonight because we have some great testimonials, but I just want to preface when we are hearing testimonials with Michael's company, with his products. You guys, this is food This is nutrition. This is food. It's organic. It's non-toxic. It's nourishing your microbiome of your gut. It's nourishing every system in your body. So we actually have a lot of latitude to share testimonials regarding results because this is food. This is not some magic potion lotion with chemicals or something you stick on your skin with somebody's fingerprint that all of a sudden is delivering miraculous results. That's claims. That's making claims. This is food. And so I tell people, when I get up in the morning, I always have one of your shakes. I have your alkaline shake. I put the reds and greens in there. I do my digestive enzymes, my probiotics, and my omegas, because this is the way I want to start my morning. This is the way I want to start my day, by flooding my body with organic nutrition that supports my gut, because it all starts with the gut. And when I was in practice, and Michael knows this, and a lot of you know this on the line as well, wow, I had a huge practice because everyone had gut problems. And some of the most incredible problems were related to an irritable bowel. And it sounds like, oh, okay, well, you have a little gas and bloating, not a big deal. No, these were mostly women that had debilitating symptoms, that their gas and bloat was so impressive that they looked like they were 9 months pregnant by noon. They had diarrhea one day, constipation the next, incredible discomfort, sometimes laying on the floor in the bathroom, ready to feel like they were going to die because their microbiome was so screwed up. It was screwed up because of their diet. It was screwed up just because of all the toxicity that we ingest and we breathe and put on our bodies. So when I started to fix people's microbiome and really get down to creating a healthy microbiome in my patients' bodies, then all of these symptoms would dissipate. But it, again, just goes back to nutrition supporting your microbiome. And the microbiome is very simple to understand. This is not rocket science. It's just that it wasn't taught several decades ago when I was in med school. This has become a science that is based on fact and study, that we have all these trillions of organisms that live in our gut, and they have a direct impact on our immune system, our endocrine system, our brain chemistry, our skin, our liver, and our cardiovascular system. And it also, when we have a healthy microbiome, we're preventing leaky gut, and leaky gut can lead to inflammation. And we talk about this regularly, that inflammation is linked to metabolic syndrome, visceral fat, toxic fat, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, high lipids in the blood system, high, everything just goes out of whack with toxic obesity that's called visceral fat, that is also part of inflammation and linked to type 2 diabetes and other systemic issues. So when you're using Michael's products, again, it's food, and you're supporting your gut, and in turn supporting your whole system. And when I was in practice, people came in when they usually hit around 50 to get their screening colonoscopy. But then all of a sudden their bodies were falling apart. It was like a negative domino effect with what was going on within their bodies systemically. But if you have a healthy microbiome, you have the chance to reverse very significant issues with your health, especially chronic inflammation. But even if you don't have issues now, if you have an unhealthy microbiome and all these bacteria that are just festering in your gut, covered by biofilm, which is like a slime, then you're going to be predisposed to future disease and illness. And it could be a cascade of, wow, I have this thing going on, then I got another thing going on, and I got this subspecialist taking care of me, and another subspecialist, and I'm on all these drugs, and I'm a big mess. It all comes back to the gut. And so when you hear this next testimonial from my good friend Roberta, who I've met in the industry, we've known each other for years and years. And Roberta has had some very significant health challenges since she was little. And she's going to tell you about those. But when you hear what she's experiencing with Michael's products, from a pathophysiologic standpoint, it makes perfect sense why all these things are happening to her body. She's healing. And one of the big reasons is because of that link between the gut and the cardiovascular system. So when you strengthen your heart and you strengthen the cardiovascular system and you prevent atherosclerosis and inflammation setting up in your vasculature anywhere, guess what happens? You have better blood flow and better oxygen delivery to areas in the body that need it. And then they can heal. So when you hear the testimonials, you should go, well, that makes sense, because it's all linked with what we're doing nutritionally to support our gut. And with that, I think, Roberta, I haven't seen your face on the screen yet, but Roberta, if you are there, I'd like to bring you out so you can share your story because it's quite impressive. But I'm not surprised because I knew what was going to happen. So,
So
Roberta,
I am here and I am on the screen, so I'm not sure why you're not
hi.
seeing me, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Yep, my name is Roberta and I have known Dr. Becky for many, many years. And when I started this journey with Essanté Organics, September 4th, it was because in July of 2023, I had surgery to correct a hiatal hernia and a bleeding ulcer. In the process of that surgery, they oversedated me and they had to give me 3 different meds to hope I woke up. And so since July 23, not 2023, till now, I have had every single side effect of those 3 meds except for seizures and death. And so when I would eat, I literally could only eat like one chicken strip. And I would feel like I ate a whole Thanksgiving dinner. I lost 47 pounds since July of 2023, and I don't need to lose more. That was fine. But I couldn't keep anything down. And everything I ate, I felt sick. And so I started on September 4th. And then another thing is I was at my sister's in June and I was sitting on a hard wooden chair. And I was born, let me back up. I was born with spina bifida, so I'm paralyzed from the waist down. And so I don't have feeling on the backs of my legs. While I was sitting on this chair, we were going through some of my mom's pictures. And so I sat on the chair for too long and I got a pressure sore on the back of my leg, an open wound. So it looked like the inside of my mouth on the back of my leg. I had this happen in 2015 and it took 2 years to heal. And so I've been working on it with the same meds that I worked on it for 2 years. And it wasn't healing. And so then I started with Asante on September 4th, and that wound on the back of my leg has healed. It's just amazing to me. I didn't even know that was a byproduct of it. And as far as my digestion, the last couple days, I said to my partner, I said, I don't know what's going on with me, but every time I eat, I feel good when I eat, and I feel like I could just eat like a Pac-Man. I'm hungry, which is odd because I haven't been hungry since July of 2023. So anyway, these products are absolutely amazing. And I did put my 1 week difference when I did the alkaline strip thing. I put that on the Facebook group page, but it was just incredible. I was like way acidic when I started on the 4th. And then by the 11th, I was almost to where I need to be in my alkaline system. So these products, I've never had the qualities of products that these products are. And I've been in a lot of companies with a lot of good products. So I'm very grateful.
Thank you so much, Roberta. And again, Michael, before I turn it back over to you, this makes total sense because of what we know that Roberta's, she's using the product, she's supporting her gut, in turn supporting the strengthening of her immune system, her endocrine system, preventing inflammation, preventing leaky gut, and allowing the cardiovascular system to get stronger, because it makes sense that if you're healing an area that's like a bed sore or a wound that's open, there's inflammation going on, there's breakdown of skin. We need to bring in good nutrients with blood flow and oxygen with a healthier gut and a healthier cardiovascular system to support healing. So when I hear her story, I just go, well, yeah, that makes total sense. And it's wonderful. And it sounds like miraculous, but you know what? The body's the miracle. Your body's always been the miracle. And these products allow your body to perform as the miracle was always meant to be. And remember, that healthy body knows how to create more and more good things systemically. Your health will continue to get stronger. You will get stronger. And, this is what we do. And in terms of the Go Green movement, it's about going out there and sharing stories like this. And if you don't have a strong story like Roberta, you can use her story all day long. And she will also share it with anybody you want to hear from her. And so I get really excited when I hear these testimonials, because this is why I went into medicine. I went into medicine to really help people. I really did. And when I left medicine, and I left because I felt like I wasn't helping with all the pharmaceuticals and all the stuff that was going on in traditional medicine. So to have this avenue of Michael's company and products, we have the ability to change lives like Roberta's on a daily basis. That's why we always have to keep sharing and sharing and sharing and sharing. That's the most important thing. So thank you, Roberta. I love you very much. And Michael, I'll turn it over to you, because I know you've got some more people in the wings for testimonials, and I'll just say, go ahead, go for it.
I'm just happy I'm this far away from Roberta, because with that appetite, I don't want to lose an arm. So,
Okay.
hey guys, you know what? We're gonna move around a little bit so we can hear some testimonials. And the next gentleman I want to bring on, because I watched some good stuff happen with him and with his story as well. And I'm gonna let him talk about it. And Steve Stay, you can have the floor and tell a little bit about your little journey that you went on here just recently and how these could have helped you out.
What a joy to connect with y'all again. This journey of health has been one I've been on since 1972. I was an aspiring rock star. In my way there, got introduced to nutritional products in this industry in 72. And totally, it changed my life. And I was fortunate because of learning how to properly use nutritional supplements. I thought I had amazing health till I was 62. And, to hear from you guys that are dealing with chronic health issues, I didn't understand that at all until 8 years ago, when all of a sudden I'd wake up feeling like I'd run a marathon. I just dragged myself out of bed, and because of my background, I thought, okay, this will just be a temporary thing. And it wasn't so temporary. It lasted 8 years, deep bone pain and just chronic fatigue. If you see enough doctors, which I finally went to the allopathic doctors, because my naturopath couldn't do anything. The chiropractor, the other we weren't getting any traction. And you get diagnosed with some crazy stuff. You see enough doctors. And finally, I went back and did a test for Lyme disease. And turns out that's what came back positive. And so we started treating for that and got some progress, but still feeling like just dragging. I just couldn't believe that was my life, that I was tired and sore all the time. And so I threw money at it. I wasn't afraid of putting money towards my health. And probably over the 8 years, a good 6 figures or more that went into trying not only supplements from companies that I represented, but trying everything the naturopath recommended, doing IV nutrition, doing things that way. And it wouldn't budge. Well, I finally got to a point where I had some dogs take me out and clipped me from behind and tore my knee up. And I went in and ended up having to have knee replacement surgery. And this is all good stuff because of where it led me to. I didn't respond to pain meds. They had me on heavy doses of narcotics to try to deal with the pain, which didn't do anything other than make me sick. And finally, just given time, I was able to start weaning off all of that stuff. And I saw Michael had a new product out called the Phyto Cleanse. And I know Ron, I figured that's who had formulated it. And I said, Michael, I think I need that stuff. And so we got some. And what a difference within days of what that did for me. Started finding and so many benefits. And then I was with Michael 20 years ago as we started a company with just a lollipop. That's what we had. And my wife and I were newlyweds and decided we weren't cut out for working right now. We needed to get to know each other and walk beaches. So we left that. But I watched the company morph into this organic focus. But I ignored it. I just, I don't know why I did that. But finally, because of the knee replacement, the result that I had from the Phyto Cleanse, I said, Michael, let's go ahead and try the greens and reds. Let's start doing that and the other enzymes. And within a week of starting on that stuff, I could tell something was happening. And today, that was just back in April that we started. Today, I have my life back. My wife, what's happened with her, having dealt with the big disease out there a few years ago, we talked to each other saying, what would have our lives been like if 14 years ago when Essanté made this direction, if we had got off the other supplements and just focused on whole foods again, which I knew that was the direction to go, but who knows why we do that. But Linda's training for a half marathon, 2 weeks. She'll be doing the St. George half marathon. She did her 10 miles on Sunday. I got 6 miles in on my new knee, and the recovery is just incredible. We get giddy laughing about it, and then having our kids seeing the difference, and some friends now that have jumped on the product. We're excited for where that's going. I kind of hesitate a little bit, saying, is this going to last? Is it going to last? Is it going to last? Yeah, it's going to last. Thank goodness. And I'm just so thankful that we got back to just getting away from all the synthetic, trying to manufacture nature when Michael's got it right here. And in powders that have just given me my life back. So I'm eternal grateful for that. And I get to see Michael and Dr. J and Angie on Thursday. We're driving down to Phoenix. So it's been 20 years. Be a lot of hugging going on to that beautiful man. And thank you, Michael. Thanks for letting me to tell that. It's exciting.
It's awesome. I can't wait for the hugging. And if you want Linda to win that marathon, keep her alkaline and you drive down, let her run right next to the car. I guarantee she's going to win that race.
Well, that's what I've been doing. I take her up to the top of where this race starts from, and she starts walking. I drive down, then walk back up and walk back down. I'm just surprised how much I'm able to do thanks to this product.
You got it. Hey, we're going to take it over to, you know what? And then you would wonder, does this product just work here? I hope Lay's on, and I hope Lee can, he's across the sea. Is he available? I don't know. I know this is just a long shot, and it's a long shot because I think he's in England, Europe, Australia. No, one or the other. All right. Are you there?
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good. Let's hear about it. You like the products?
Yeah, I certainly do. And I probably value him taking them consistently enough, but it's made a world of difference.
And you're in
Can you hear me okay?
Right?
That's correct.
There you have it. So it doesn't matter, you guys. Whole food nutrition works everywhere. Just got to start using it. We'll hear from Robert Blackman. I think he's on, and no, he's on. I don't have to think about these things. And we can hear a little bit about his story. Mr. Robert.
How you doing, brother?
Hey.
I've a cancer survivor of 5 years. I had chemotherapy and radiation to get a small cyst out of my lower back. That was unsuccessful with 2 surgeries. The radiation, they believe, stopped the growth, but the cyst is still there. So through that, I have neuropathy, I've got nerve damage, and I got atrophy in my legs. So I've been in a wheelchair for about 4.5 years, been cancer free for 5 years, and I've been looking for a product line that would ensure that I would never get sick again. And I believe I got sick from over radiation, but the doctors and the attorneys didn't all believe that. So we just went on down the road and just forgot about that and said it's just time to start living life the way I am. And so, and I kind of had been dormant in network marketing because there was just nothing out there that I wanted to do. Everything was just the same old thing, nothing very exciting. And nothing that even the 20-year-olds want to do with me, who wants to work with a 62-year-old guy in a wheelchair, you know? And so I've got products now that supersede me, that I don't need to meet people in person. I don't need to have 40 years of experience. All I got to do is say, hey, are you into organic stuff? Are you an organic nut like I am? Are you into whole foods? Are you into, green? Take a look at this catalog. We got 125 products that you put in and on your body and see what you like. And I get people that call me back and say, oh my gosh, where have you guys been all my life? And so for me, it's a transition from, eating steaks and drinking Cokes to and eating ice cream and popcorn at night to taking, the greens and the reds together twice a day and taking all the other products. And I've never felt better. I've actually lost about 10 pounds through all this. And I've never been more excited. And just recently this weekend, I had a bunch of drainage. My throat was real sore. And I took the sanitizer product based on Michael's recommendation. He says, lay back on the bed, spray it in your mouth and hold it there and for as long as you can. And then, get it out of your mouth. And he goes, I guarantee you by the next morning that your throat's going to feel better. I don't sound a lot better, but my throat stopped hurting. And it's just amazing. I only did that one time. So the products work for everything. And so I'm very thankful for Michael and Daniel and JJ, Dr. JJ, and what they've done. And I believe that this company is getting ready to take off. It really is. It's going to be a household name. And if you don't build it now, you're going to have somebody in 6 months that's going to call you and asking you about, hey, have you heard of it, Essanté Organics? I want to send you a catalog. And you're going to go, well, I was in that thing 6 months ago. Well, why didn't you do anything with it? Well, life got in the way. I procrastinated. Don't procrastinate. Don't let your life get in the way. Your health is the most important part of your life. Take care of it now, whether you build this business or not. Take care of your health now. So back to you.
We're going to listen a little bit about the company and the products. And let me just tell you guys something. This is a great business as well. And it's a great business because it's simple to understand as a business. And where do you go where you can work a business, get 10% of all the volume you bring into your business forever? And those people, and those people, and those people, and those people. And 10 years from now, those people, and those people. And you're still getting 10% of all that. And anybody you bring into this company yourself, make up to 100% matching bonus check. Oh my gosh, that's only the main two. Those are two of the ways of getting paid. There's four other ways to get paid. But my goodness, just for going out there and allowing people to see that there's a company that exists that is 100% chemical free, 100% toxic free, and the only company that's out there that's the largest certified organic superstore on the internet, and you get to own your own store. Okay, let's face it, people don't go to brick and mortar that much anymore. They do. I mean, if you're a teenager and you want to hang at the mall or something like that, and that's fine. But I'm talking about when people when people just get laser focused, I got to shop, they dial up and they shop and they get out. And what a place that you can go to where you can actually get in. And guess what? You can get toothpaste less expensive than Tom's of Maine, which has chemicals in it. You can get, why drink a Gatorade or a Powerade or a Red Bull? Because that'll take you out, and over a period of time, where you can get for way less expensive your electrolytes and mix it with some Super Reds and make it like I do right here. And it tastes great. And it's whole food nutrition Where do you find that? Where do you find for your house, one and done that does everything? It does the floor, it does the tile, it does the grout. You can wash the car, it does the windows, it does the laundry, it does the dishes, it does everything. You can take a bubble bath in it. It's so safe. Where do you find that stuff? You don't. You find it here. And I'm talking everything from A to Z, over 100 products, 120 products, and over 100 certifications. Oh my goodness. Nobody has it. And you get to own that superstore. And then you get to team up with some of these leaders that you heard of tonight. And you know what? Not only that, whoa, can the timing be any better? I don't know. We'll let Dr. JJ talk a little bit about that. He's the president of our company. He knows quite a bit about timing. So you
Thanks
heard it
again,
from,
Michael.
you heard it from Danny, my brother.
That's right. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. And thank you to all the phenomenal speakers today. And I believe everybody kind of touched on a little bit of what I wanted to share today. But at the end of the day, thank you, Michael. It is something that you need to focus on, timing. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And, people were started talking about not the word organic, but green living probably about 100 years ago, but it started catching steam and catching steam. And if you read conservative estimates right now, if you're looking at organic, toxic-free skincare, personal care, nutrition, whole foods, if you add all four of those up, conservative estimates, it's about $100 billion in the United States alone, not globally, in the United States alone. And guess what? You get to tap into all four of those categories here, and we're global. So I know enough about numbers and I know enough about timing that all you need is the smallest of smallest slivers of a multi-billion and soon to be trillion-dollar pie, and you've set yourself up for life. Daniel Winiger, Michael's brother, likes to talk about a paradigm shift, something that happens that either you're there or you're not there. And you really don't only have to be there, you have to engage. In the 80s and 90s, where the computers and internet started coming out, if you put anything on the internet, if you were one of the first people to put that there, I'm just making stuff up, dishes.com, blankets.com, hats.com, whatever, you could have become a multi-millionaire.
Hey, you did good in soccer.
Yeah. Soccer balls. We don't have
Soccer balls, soccerballs.com too. Right, exactly. So what we have here, as Mr. Weniger said, is we've got an organic superstore. And as Robert shared with you, we've got something for everybody. I mean, you don't have to educate people on how to brush their teeth, right? We just happen to have sparkle tooth polish that works as well as anything you've ever used, tastes better, works better, and it's toxic free. Timing is everything. This industry, toxic free organic living, is growing at an alarming rate, with you, without you, with me, without me, because of this. Everybody has information in their hand 24/7, and they can become an expert on whatever they want. And people are getting educated from radio, TV, internet about organic, green, clean living. You don't have to take my word for it. You can start seeing Whole Foods, Sprouts, Trader Joe's. You're seeing these things pop up everywhere. But you know what? When you refer people to those stores, are you making money? No, you're not. Now you can refer people to essanteorganics.com/your website. That just takes a second. We've got something for everybody. And you hear from one of the top GI docs in the world, Dr. Becky, the products that we have are second to none. People are going to try our products, love our products, continue to use our products because they're going to be spoiled for life. And as Mr. Weniger said, you're going to get paid 10% on all their orders as long as they keep on ordering, and they always do. So timing is everything. Don't sleep on this. Robert even said, even though you're in, you've got to get Essanté in you while you're in Essanté Organics, meaning that, okay, you're here. Now you've got to put the effort out. I love what Roberta said on the chat. If you read that, it's more than the dramatic physiological changes she's had. She's got so many people that are already interested in the business. Don't sleep on this, because as Robert said, 6 months from now, you're going to have somebody who's talking about Essanté Organics, and you're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm in that deal. I should have told them about it. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Michael. Thanks for having me here tonight.
Oh my goodness. Imagine that, guys. Getting paid to shop and earn cash back on all your line purchases, converting what you already spend and buy into earnings. That's huge. That's huge. And you know what? I want to highlight a couple people, and then we're going to listen to, and we're going to, we always end with John Macker. That's a good one right there. And he's got some good stuff and been very successful in the industry. But you know what? I want to hear a little bit from some of the winners because we got Tisha in the house. And let me tell you something. She's a person that won a trip by inviting 3 people into the company and boom. So, and she can tell us a little bit about how she likes these products. I think she's here, right? Aren't you, Tisha? Unmute yourself and say hello to everybody.
I am. Can you hear me?
Now we can. Yes.
I love the products. I don't have all of them yet. I still have been loving the reds and the greens and the electrolytes. And I will be getting the rest of the products very soon. And thank you for letting me win the trip with that last promotion. And I plan on getting a bunch more. And I just want to thank you all. And I really want to thank Michael for being such a support during this first month that I've been with the company. I'm thoroughly, thoroughly impressed with the company.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.
And congratulations for that.
There's going to be more. I promise there's going to be more.
Thank you very much, Tisha. My gosh, I jumped in there and then all of a sudden we got some. But all right, that's why we're always live on Zooms and we love it. And hey, Kat's online. I see her. She won a trip. She earned one as well by bringing people into the company. So, Kat, if you'd want to, unmute there a little bit and tell us a little bit about how much you've used the products and like them.
Hello, I'm unmuted. Yeah, I joined, it's just been a little over a year. August of last year is when I joined the company. Only joined it for the products to put on my body and to clean my home. I had no intention of using the rest of the products, but they've been extremely life-changing for my husband and myself. And yes, I won the trip and I plan on, I'm excited because now everyone that I get to sign up and buy a $199 pack, they win the trip. So it's huge. I hope everybody wins the trip and gets people to win the trip with them. Do I have time to give a quick testimony or do you want to save it for another time? Because it's for my husband and he's not prepared right now to give one, but I could let him do it another time.
No, go ahead if you'd like to. I mean, yes.
Okay. So it's about, a lot of Mike knows, but a lot, and some of you might know, but a lot of you don't know. So my husband is retired now from the Department of Corrections, and he got injured at work in 2021. He already had knee replacements, but when he got hurt at work, those buckled and then he broke the tibia in both of his legs. So he's had surgery up at Stanford University Hospital, which is a big teaching hospital in California. They couldn't do it here where we live. It's smaller. So anyway, he had surgery in 21, 22, 23, and then he just had surgery again, not even 2 weeks ago. Well, this time, this surgery is not something where you can avoid. Wasn't just a knee replacement. They have rods all the way up down to his ankle almost and way up his thigh, like way up. So it's very, very painful. You cannot avoid pain medication with this kind of surgery. And taking pain medication always comes along with having trouble having bowel movements. I worked for a pain management doctor years ago, and it's just a big problem when you take pain medication. And it's been a big problem for him the last few years. His last surgery last year was just before I started these products. So when he was in the hospital, of course, they told him he couldn't take any probiotics or enzymes or PhytoCleanse, but they didn't know me very well. He definitely, it made a huge difference. The PhytoCleanse, of course, he took everything. I brought everything into him and have him take them. But the PhytoCleanse, we did the dose that you do when you start, how you start with 3 to 6. We were doing that in the hospital, and he was going, I know it's people don't like to talk about it all the time, but it's a really big deal. He was going to the bathroom before we even left the hospital, which never happens. We always get home and he's miserable for days, and we try everything. And so the PhytoCleanse is amazing. And he's, it's really uncomfortable when you go all those days, without having a bowel movement. And so I love the Phyto Cleanse. And since I started the Phyto Cleanse, because we didn't have it, so it was something that I added. I don't even know what I'm at now. I haven't weighed myself, but I'm at least 12 pounds I've lost, not even trying, like just taking, still alkalizing and taking all the products and then added the Phyto Cleanse. That was just the missing link for me personally with dropping some, pounds that just wouldn't come off. So that's exciting. And we love the products. I love the company. Can't believe I never found it earlier, but I'm so thankful I found it now. And I'm 66. It's never too late to start your health journey. I just want to encourage everybody.
Thank you so much. And you know what? I want to thank everybody that won the trip. Tammy, Yoloth, Amy, Sandy, Belinda, Denise, Maria, Tina, another Sandy, another Cheryl, Danielle, another Amy. Goodness gracious. We had a person that actually, Timotito, him as well, and Bernard, come in to the business, get a trip, and the next thing that happens, he brings in 3 people and he gets another trip. That's what we're doing. We're rotating. You just keep going until the end of October. This thing goes till October 31st. So every time you bring in your 3rd person, you're getting another trip. And those vouchers are good for 2 years. That's a trip for 2, airfare, hotels included. Oh my goodness. You can use them for so many things, or just take them yourself and enjoy life, right? And the Essanté lifestyle, like what you're getting here with whole food nutrition. All right, we're going to end this thing. And we're going to hear from a gentleman that has made millions of dollars in the industry. And, he saw it happen in his family as well. And I'm going to give the floor before we leave to John Macker. I think you're here. I think I've seen you in here. So
Yeah, I'm here.
nice.
So yeah, I mean, last week I talked a little bit about the, sharing the business and stuff like that. But, I think one of the things that is important to understand is that facts tell and stories sell, right? So stories are what move people. I mean, all the stories I've heard tonight are incredible stories. And I shared with you about the story about my mother-in-law. She was diagnosed with the big C, and I called Michael right away, and I wanted to get some advice from him. And we discussed this with her and put her on the Sprout Sterols and Greens protocol. And 7 months later, well, not 7 months later. I mean, my wife would talk to her mother all the time, but 7 months later, she was free of any of it. And that when you see somebody you love and care about, that's crying and hurting because her mom is diagnosed with a life-changing disease, it's powerful. And not many people know this, only a couple of my closest friends, but I had a mild heart attack. I guess there's no such thing as a mild heart attack, but 2 years ago in October. So last week I had an echocardiogram, and my doctor, I just had an appointment with my doctor yesterday, and he said it's like it never happened. And the only thing that I've done, put in my body is other than regular food, is the greens, the reds. I mean, these are amazing. I mean, 5.5 pounds of vegetables in each serving, 5.5 pounds of fruits in each servings. And I talked last week about, how these products, not only are they doing amazing things in the body, and Dr. Becky talks about this all the time, the body is the miracle. It literally heals itself. And there's so many gimmicky products going on in the industry right now with peptides and carb blockers. And there was another big company that just had a huge product launch this weekend, and they call it Curb because it blocks this and it blocks that. Well, sometimes at the end of the day, all you need to do is just put high quality, toxic free, really, really good products in your body, and allow the body to be that miracle and heal itself. And, I was just blown away. My doctor told me yesterday, he's like, John, it's like your infraction percentages are back up where they need to be. Your heart is the size, I mean, it's like it never even happened. And all I can attest it to is these products. This is all I've been taking. for the last 2 years, and well, even far before that. But I mean, I was just blown away, and so we know the products are working, and we just remember the facts tell and story sell. So you got to develop a story, right? And I talked last week about how many years of experience we have involved with this company. Or, Robert's been doing it 40 years. JJ's been doing it 40 years. Danny's been doing it 40 years. Michael's been doing it 40 years. I've been doing it 30 years. Dr. Becky's been in the industry 30 years. My friend Mint, she's on here. She's been doing it 20 some odd years, if not more as well. There is so much experience. Why are we here? Why are we here? Because number one, we have the highest quality products to share with people. And I'm never going to lose sleep at night recommending somebody to get on these products, right? Never going to lose sleep about that, because I know that these products are going to do that person good, whether they make any money in the business or not. And that's a telltale sign of a solid company in this industry. If you have a good customer base that are going to continue to order products on a monthly basis, whether they're making any money in the business or not, then you are in the right place, right? You got to know that. You got to believe that. You have all this years of experience. Why are we here? And, our compensation plan, we talk about it all the time. And if you're a new person, you're like, well, what does that mean for me? What's in that for me? And how does that work? Well, let me just tell you, there's not another compensation plan in the industry where you can earn up to 100% check match on the people that you enroll in the business. As a matter of fact, I think the closest competitor to this compensation plan, you can only earn up to a 30% check match on your personally enrolled. So this is unheard of. And if you look at like behavior in a binary compensation plan, I have a lot of networkers as friends, and they all tell me, well, binary is this and binary is that. Well, with this check match, it eliminates those problems. Even with the holding room, it eliminates a problem that had existed in the binary previously as well. Because with a check match, it doesn't matter which side they're on, whether they're on your left side or on your right side, you have a vested interest. So if you have a community leg that's kind of going a little bit faster than the other ones, what always happened in previous binaries is people would lose focus. They wouldn't pay attention to those legs because they're going without their effort, right? Well, with this check match, it eliminates that problem. It's almost like having all the benefits of a unilevel in a binary that pays to unlimited depth. That's just unheard of in this industry. So you guys really need to know, for those of you that don't understand compensation, I mean, all those problems were solved with this compensation plan. So I shared last week a little training nugget about my training mantra about how I work my business. And if you just draw a triangle on a blank sheet of paper, just draw a triangle, and at the top, write an S. In the lower left, write an I. And on the bottom right, draw a P. Okay. Now, what do we do when I mix and this is one of my favorite products, by the way. What do I do when I mix this up? I take a sip, right? The reason I like this acronym, and I actually kind of learned this from another top industry leader years and years and years ago. I mentioned his name on last week, and I got a message from Steve that he actually knows him, but his was ITS, and what that stood for was invite, taste, share, right? Invite, taste, share. Well, I kind of put my own little spin on it, and I started using this in my business on a daily basis, and it works. It works phenomenally, and it stands for share. The S stands for share. Share the products, share your story with all your friends, family, loved ones, your chiropractor, your dentist. Yeah, I mean, all the people that are in your network. So you share your story, share the products, invite them to a webinar like this so they can hear all the testimonials and they can feel the energy and they can learn from people that have been doing it a lot longer than they have, right? And then you present the opportunity. Present the opportunity to them, present the products, present the stories, present the opportunity to them. And in the middle of that triangle, just write the word grow. Because if you do those three things every single day, take a sip of your business every single day. It doesn't matter if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes a day. I mean, if you can commit an hour or two a day, you're going to have tremendous success. But even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes a day, because a lot of people work, a lot of people are busy. That's great. But just look what's going to happen to your business if you just do that every single day. Your business is going to grow. And so with that, Michael, I'll turn it right back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's powerful. And with that, you know what? I like it when John says facts. Wait, stories. Come on, tell me that again. Facts tell, stories sell, right? That's how it goes, right? Well, yeah, we got plenty of stories, but here's the fact. Here's a fact. We're the only company in the world in this space, and one of the largest companies in the world that is all, I'll tell you this, we are the only company in the world that is dedicated to live, raw, alkaline, certified, whole food nutrition. And that is what we do, and that you will not find anywhere else. I want to thank everybody for being on this call. We'll be doing another one on Thursday evening, and maybe we can get John and Robert to do some training. And yeah, and that's where we're at. So with that being said, I hope you guys got a lot out of this, because there was a lot in this. So God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. Get with the person that got a hold of you and showed you this business, and get yourself a free trip. How's that? Come aboard. Love it. So God bless you all, and we'll see you again on Thursday. You all take care now.
Thanks, Michael.
Yes.